Hello and welcome to this fifth concept video on number system. Here we'll discuss the concept of last digit. We will see a few properties of last digit or unit digit and how numbers behave when we add or multiply numbers. We will look at an important concept of cyclicity, from which you will commonly see a lot of questions on unit digit. And we will solve 5 to 6 questions so that you feel confident in tackling any problem on unit digit. So let's get started. So let's say we have a number 23. Now all of us are aware that in this number, this is your unit digit and this of course is your tens digit. If you have, let's say, one more number, let's say here it is 523, this becomes your hundreds digit, and if you have one more it becomes your thousand and so on. Now if let's say you were to add certain numbers, let's say 3 plus 2 plus 1, of course you know the last digit of this number, the addition is 3 to 5 plus 1, 6. But what if this number was, let's say, 13, this was 72 and this was, let's say, 91. Now in this case also, when this 1 became 91 or 2 became 72 and 3 became 13, your unit digit is going to be the same because you're not looking at the full number. That means if somebody gives you a bigger number, let's say if I say 3 into 8, what would be the unit digit? Please remember, this is, I'm talking about unit digit only, not the addition or multiplication of the entire number. Okay, unit digit. Now 3 into 8, this is how much unit digit would be? 4, right? And even if I say now 73 and this is, let's say, 188, still your unit digit would be 4. Now this is an important property of unit digit. That means if, let's say, if you look at any big number, let's say you have 721 plus 834, 7132 plus 8145 or whatever, any bigger number, if you add 2, 3, here also if you add something else also, it doesn't matter. That means if you have to say what is the unit digit of this number, right? So you can say the unit place, the unit place would be how much? 1 plus 4, 5 plus 2, 7, 7 plus 5, 12. That means 12. Again, what will we be concerned with 12 also is 2. That means this 2 would be the unit digit. Now this is a important property of addition. Also, in our previous video, we had also learned if you have, let's say, an even number plus even number, your sum comes even, right? Similarly, if you have a odd plus even, also you get a odd number. If you have a odd plus odd, that becomes even number, right? Properties like this also are helpful in this particular question on unit digit. Okay, let's look at multiplication now. Now we discussed this simple problem. Now if let's say somebody is saying 213 into 814 into 562 into 10085, or what if somebody is asking you, tell me what is the unit digit of this number. Again, what you could do is you can do 5 into 2, 10, 10 into 4, 40, 40 into 3, 120. That means your last digit would be 0. Another important thing to note here would be properties of numbers, like special numbers, like let's say 5. So if you look at a 5, when it is multiplied by 2, this gives a 0. That means it makes a 10. 5 and a 2 makes 10. That means now if you multiply that with any number, let's say here there are 3, 4 more numbers, it wouldn't make a difference. Your unit digit would still remain as 0. So this is simple common sense that you need to apply in these questions. Let's attempt a few problems. Okay, so let's look at this number. It says 343 into 231 into 777 into 545 into 909. That means if I have to calculate the unit digit of this number, I am only interested in the 3 here, the 1 here, the 7 here, the 5 here, the 9 here. That means I could also write it as 3 into 1 into 7 into 5 into 9, and whatever multiplication that comes here, right? And that unit digit would be what we are interested in, right? So either you can do that way, or you, let's say 3 into 1, 3, 3 into 7, 21. 21 meaning you have 1 at the right, 21 into 5 into 9, 45. 45 again. So don't worry about this 45. It's just the 5 that is important. Don't worry about 21. It's just the 1 that is important. That means last digit is going to be 5, isn't it, right? This is going to be 5. So you can say, okay, 5 is the answer. Another way to look at this problem is, now if you notice here, you have this special number 5. Now when you have 5 multiplied with certain numbers and you see all the other numbers are odd, if all the other numbers are odd and 5 is getting multiplied with odd numbers, 5 into any odd number, the last digit would always be 5. If 5 into an even number, last digit would always be 0. Now even if you had applied that concept and if you had seen this is even, this is even, this is even, of course these cannot be the answer and the answer would have been only 5. Alright, let's look at another problem. What is the unit digit of 97 into 199 into 203 into 303 into 401, 937, etc, etc. Now, of course, now what you have to do is you have to multiply 7 into 9 into 3 into 3 into 1 into 9 into 3 into 7 into 8. Now this may take 30 seconds, but we can solve this question. But I would say even that may not be required in this question. If you see, look at the options 3, 4, 5, 9. Now, if you have a number and there is no 5 anywhere, of course, how can the last digit be 5, right? Secondly, there are so many odd digits. In fact, all these digits are odd except this one. So another thing to note is, if you have odd digits, right, and any number of digits, whether even or odd, if you multiply that with an even number, the last digit would always be even. In this, the options are 3, 5, 9. These are all odd numbers. Anyways, they cannot be the answer. The only option is 4. Otherwise, you could have directly done this also and look at the last digit. You would get the same answer. So we have to be smart about observing the numbers and what is getting multiplied into what, so that you save your time, because even 30 seconds versus 10 seconds, there's a saving of 20 seconds. So we just need to be careful about that. Okay. Let's look at this number. It says, what is the unit digit of 2 factorial? Okay, now you have 2 factorial into 3 factorial into 4 factorial into 14 factorial, right? And then all are bigger numbers. So he's saying what would be the unit digit? Now we know that 2 factorial is nothing but 2. 3 factorial is 6, meaning 2 into 6 into 4 factorial is 4 into 3 into 2 into 1. That means this is 24. Into 14 factorial would be how much? We need not calculate that. Also, you notice any number above 4 factorial, let's say 5 factorial is 120, next number is your 720 and so on. But what I'm saying is any number greater than 5 factorial or 5 factorial itself ends with a 0. That means all the other numbers, whatever those numbers are, right, they will all have its unit digit as 0. This was important here to note. That means if any number, let's say these numbers you have to multiply with other numbers whose last digit is 0, obviously the product would always have the last unit digit as 0. So here the answer was D. This was again also a 5 to 10 second question, but just about common sense and just knowing a few properties of these numbers of factorials. Okay. Now that we understood how numbers behave, there's also one problem time that comes, like let's say a to the power n, and they will ask you, okay, tell me what is the unit digit of this number. Okay, so let's say if somebody says what is the unit digit of, let's say 2 to the power, let's say we have 2 to the power 20. Okay, they are saying tell me what is the unit digit of this number. Okay, so now let's look at this particular question. So what is 2 to the power 1? 2 to the power 1 is nothing but 2, correct? 2 to the power 2 is nothing but 4. 2 to the power 3 is nothing but 8. 2 to the power 4 is nothing but 16. 2 to the power 5 is nothing but 32. 2 to the power 6 is nothing but 64. Now this is very easy, you can do this fast. 2 to the power 7 is nothing but 128. 2 to the power 8 is nothing but 256. 2 to the power 9 is 256. This would be 512, comma 2 to the power 10 would be of course 1024. 2 to the power 11 would be 2048. and 2 to the power 12 would also be your 2048. This would be 4096 and so on. So what I'm trying to show by this example is that if you notice the number 2 and its subsequent powers, this is 2, 4, 8, 6. Last digit, just focus on the last digit. 2 to the power 5 also is 32, 2, 4, 8, 6. Next 4 powers 2, 4, 8, 6. That means you can see that there is a cyclicity of 4 when it comes to 2 powers, right? That means there's a cyclicity of 4. So if you were to, let's say, now find out 2 to the power 20, what would that be? We need not write up till 20. That means here also, if you notice what you'll do now, you will say, now again you will start 2 to the power 13, 14, 15, 16. That means 2 to the power 16 again would be what? Last digit would be 6. Similarly, if you start from 2 to the power 17, again 2 to the power 20, this 2 to the power 20 last digit would again also be 6. That means its unit digit would be 6. So we need not do all of this. Once we know the pattern and it's repeating after every 4, right, 4th power, meaning I can now say 2 to the power 20, the unit digit would be 6 without even writing all these powers, right? Now, if let's say somebody asks you similarly, let's look at another numbers. Okay, let's look at other numbers. If somebody says, what is 3 to the power 23? So how can we do that? We will say, okay, let's observe the pattern. So this is 3 to the power 1 is 3, 3 to the power 2 is 9, 3 to the power 3 is 27, 3 to the power 4 is 81. Now again, the moment you get 1, that means again the cycle will start. That means cyclicity of 4 itself, because 3 to the power 5, if you actually do, this is how much? This is 243. And obviously, right, 1 into, you're doing again multiplication by 3. 3 to the power 6 again would be what? 3 into 3, right? That means it would be 9, right? This would 3, 9. Again 3 to the power 7. This would be how much? 9 into 3. That means this would be 27. So 7. 3 to the power 8 again would be whatever number, but 7 into 3, 21. That means 3971. And here also, if you notice, 3971. That means here also for 3, cyclicity is of 4. That means if somebody is asking me 3 to the power 23, I need not write all these numbers. I can say, I look at this number 23, the power of 23, and I say, is this a multiple of 4? So how you can do is, if you have to divide this power by 4, what do you get? You get a remainder as 3. That means what? That means if the remainder was 0, it would have been the 4th power. That means it would have ended in 1. But you have 3 remainder. That means it will be 1 and then 1, 2, 3. So in this case, it would be 7. Hope you understood what we did here. Similarly, let's look at another numbers. Let's say you have number 4. 4 to the power 1 is 4. 4 to the power 2 is 16. Again 6. 4 to the power 3 is 16 into 4, 64. But again, you're interested in 4. And 4 to the power 4 again also is, what you'll do again, 4 into 4, 16. So that means again you have, so what you're saying is, you're seeing 4, 6, 4, 6, and the same cycle will repeat. So that means cyclicity, if you have to see, cyclicity of 3 was how much? Was also 4. That means it repeats after 4 powers. Cyclicity of 2 was also 4. Cyclicity of 4 is 2. Similarly, if you see, and you can do this for yourself, cyclicity of 5, this is 5. Cyclicity of power of 2 is also 5. 5 to the power 3 is also, that means cyclicity of 1. Cyclicity of 1. Similarly, with power of 6 also you have cyclicity of 1 itself, because 6 to the power 1 is 6, 6 to the power 2 is 36, then it's 216, but everywhere cyclicity of 1. Similarly, you can build on this concept. So let's look at something that we have already put for you. So you should remember all these, or even if you don't remember, you just have to say, okay, you can just check 3-4 numbers and you will see the cyclicity of 2 is how much? This is cyclicity of 4. Now this is also, it's repeating after 4. Once you get 1, it starts repeating. This is cyclicity of 2, cyclicity of 1, cyclicity of 1, and here you have cyclicity of 4 again. Here you have cyclicity of 4, right? And 9 you have cyclicity of 2. So this way, if you are given any number, that means if let's say I give you a number like 3, 2, 4, 8, 7 to the power 560, you need not worry. All you will have to do is you will not consider this part. You will just look at this as, you will treat it as 7 to the power 560. And now simple, if you have to calculate the unit digit of this, you will say what? 7, the cyclicity of 7 is 4. That means 560, what you have to do is you have to just do this power 560. Is it a multiple of 4? And it is in this case. So that means the fourth power itself would be the answer. That means 1 power is 7, 9, 3, 1. That means the last digit of this number would be 1. So let's solve a few questions. Okay, last digit of 4 to the power 56. Now again, we know cyclicity of 4 is how much? 4 to the power 1. We already discussed, right? 4 to the power 2. Even if you don't remember, you can do this on your own and you will be able to do this very fast, right? 4 to the power 4, again this is 4 into 4, 16. That means all you are seeing is cyclicity of 2, meaning 4 to the power 56 with cyclicity of 2. This means what? This means you have to just check whether 56 is divisible by 2, and it is actually divisible by 2, meaning the second power, right? That means for first it is 4, for second it is 6. So in this case, that means every even power, right, it will be 6. So here the answer is 6. Okay, now let's look at this problem. It says 23 to the power 47 into 507 to the power 507. Like I said, this 2 doesn't matter in last digit. This 50 doesn't matter in last digit. All that matters is 3 to the power 47 into 7 to the power 507. Now 3, we know the cyclicity of 3 is 4, right? We have seen already. That means what? Is this 47 divisible by 4? No. 4 into 11 is 44. That means how much remainder you're getting? You are getting remainder of 3, isn't it? In case of 3, this is multiplied by remainder of how much? With 7. Now if you look at the cycle of 7 also, this was 4. For 3 also, if you see 4, you can do it also, or you can keep it in your mind also. That means for here also, if you see here also, you will get, when this cyclicity of 4, 7. That means if you divide it by 4, you will get remainders of 3. That means what? That means here 3 to the power 3. 3 to the power 3 is how much? This ends with 7, right? 3 cube is how much? This is 27 into 7 cube. Again 7 into 7, 49. 9 into 7, 343. That means 3. So last digit would be 3 and would be 7 here. Now you are multiplying the unit digit. What will be the answer? This would be 21. That means 1. That is your answer here. So I think you're very clear with the concept of cyclicity and how to calculate the unit digit in these cases. Okay, let's look at this last problem, and maybe you want to pause the video and try it on your own. Very simple. It says how many zeros will be there in the end of the product 20 into 21 into 22 into 23 into up till 40. That means how many zeros, let's say the number comes to A, B, C, D, 0, 0, 0, for example, right? They are saying how many zeros are there at the end of this product. So let's look at this number. This says 20 into 21 into 22, right? And somewhere you will also have, let's say 25, somewhere you will have 30, right? Somewhere you will have 35, and finally you have 40. He's saying the product of this number, how many zeros it will have. So from where all zeros will come? So 20 will give 1 0, isn't it? 30 will also give a 0, and of course 40 will also give a 0, isn't it? That means 3 zeros come from here. Will 0 come from anywhere else? Yes. You have 25, you have 35. That means a 0 comes from where? A 0 comes from a 0, or it comes from a combination of 2 and a 5. And here 2's are anyways in plenty, right? Because every other number is your even number. That means 2 would be in plenty. You just have to see the limiting factor, which is 5 in this case, meaning just look at 5. So how many 5's are there? You have a 25 and you have a 35. That means not only will 20, 30, 40 give 1, 1, 0, even from here you will get a 0. That means here, and even from 25. So You will be tempted to say 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, but just a second. And the examination setter, if he was smart, he could have placed this as the first option and people would have marked it and got a negative mark also. But please understand, this is not your correct option. While these all will give 110, a 25 is made up of 5 square, meaning there are 2 5s here. You'll get 1 plus 2 plus 3 plus 4 plus 2 zeros here. That means your answer should be 6. So I hope you are clear with the concept of unit digit and are confident now to tackle any problem. So thanks for watching this video, and I look forward to seeing you in the next video.